everybody, Ed here at the Harmonica Barge. Today I've got a lesson for you all. I want to try and help you to bring texture to your melodies and your riffs. Just before we get stuck into the lesson, do give me the thumbs up below and like the video, and of course subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, so let's now talk about texture in music. So if I take a riff, and I'm going to use for an example this little folk melody. This is actually part of a tune called Cripple Creek. Some of you may know it. It's a banjo and fiddle tune. This is from what we call the B section of the melody. So if I play the melody like that, that's quite a thin sound, and I'm only playing one note at a time. So it's a single melodic line. You could think about it that way, which in terms of texture is just one line of notes. Now what if I do this? So there I'm bringing in extra notes alongside the melody and manipulating them in certain ways. So I've changed the texture, I've thickened up the sound, and I've brought in certain effects. And of course that can give you variety in your melodic playing if you like those particular sounds. So just for an example here, what I did with the first note of the melody, instead of just playing a 3, I brought in a 4 alongside. Some people talk of this as dirty notes, notes played together. Double stops, 2 notes. Unisons is another way. It's just a matter of bringing in another note. And of course you'll find that the 4-hole draw really complements the 3 very well. And it gives you that slight train whistle-y kind of blues. You know, it's synonymous with the diatonic harmonica. That's without any bends for now. That's just to get that 3 and 4 together, those 2 intervals. There's a nice clash there. So if I apply that to the melody, and so far I'm just going to do it on the start of each phrase. Of course you could do it on the other notes as well, on the 3. Instead of, I now go and bring in that 4. So there's one way to thicken up that melody and provide a variation. Okay, so let's now look at another tune. This one's another great folk piece called Pick a Bale of Cotton. Oh, I put in some texture there when I shouldn't. I wanted to play it with single notes. Here we go again. Again, this melody's a good example because it starts with the 3 draw. Here I've just got 1 3 before I go down to the 2. So why not instead of that, so here I'm playing a 4 draw with that 3. I've thickened up the texture. Now I can also just put a slight bend inflection on that. And this is really something to experiment with and see what you like the sound of. You know, you might have just a tiny bit of bend, or a lot. And it's quite an effective sound, especially to start a phrase. You're really getting some power into the harmonica. If you just hear the difference again, if I play this with a single note, versus this. I could really exaggerate that as well. In fact, I do when I play this song live. So the song's head up, jumping out, pick a bale of cotton now. Head out, jumping out, pick a bale a day, and so on. Regardless of whether you tongue block or pucker, this works with both. It's going to feel a little different on the tongue block if I just play 3 and 4, obviously, but you can still get that. So with a tongue block, slightly different because we're coming out of that side of the mouth. So I would say have a play with this, and any melodies you've got works particularly well in second position, so using my harp, C harp for the key of G. Anything where you've got 3 draws and 4 draws, and you can really play around with these things on the harmonica. I would experiment and try different combinations of notes. So when you're playing a 5 draw, and try putting in other notes and see what you like the sound of. These are all things which are great techniques on the harmonica, and remember, other instruments can't do this. You know, other reed instruments, for example the clarinet, you can't play 2 notes at the same time. Okay, well maybe there's a fancy way you can. But generally speaking, other reed instruments, you can't get these unisons. So I would say exploit the harmonica in this way and enjoy the sounds of these multiple notes and the effects that they can bring to melodies. Okay, so I hope you have fun with that. Please, if you like the lessons, do click on the link below. Both of these tunes I've done in-depth lessons where I cover these techniques extensively. So do take a look on my website, and there's a whole list of different in-depth lessons on tunes. If you'd like any personalised harmonica coaching, do follow the link below, and you can find me and contact me on my website. And I'll see you soon for another harmonica video. Take care till then. Thanks.